Good morning, and welcome back to Video Diary on the Farm. A beautiful Monday morning again, the sun is shining, it's going to be a warm week, so to say. Yeah, I'm just on with spraying again, as always, and we've moved on to the winter barleys at the minute, which they're romping on, so they're getting their fungicide program started, the T1s. So yeah, a bit to go at, but it talks about getting really warm in the week, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video and we'll catch you later. Just thought I'd show you this on the barley I'm spraying. The horns are just starting to come out, if you can see that on the camera. Yeah, it's romping on now, but we do need some rain. Yeah, just wanted to show you this in field of winter barley. This field last year was all seed rape, and at this end of the field, you can't see that, this end of the field, it was failing, so we ploughed it up with spring barley. Now you can see, as a triangle, you can see to the mark where it, look how green it is there, and all of a sudden it goes thin and yellow. I mean, this is a legacy of last year's crop. What it's leaving behind. So yeah, it's very thin in here, which I'll show you when I turn in and do a bit where I come through the two spots. But yeah, it's not just this winter barley field. It's it's all the other fields, wheat or whatever, where they've had oilseed rape in last year, what failed, and we ploughed it up and re-drilled it with spring barley. You can see to the line where the spring barley's been. It just hasn't come the same. It's rather poor. Yeah, this is the winter barley what was straight after rape, which is a cracking piece really, considering the soil type's a bit light here. You know, it'd been a first wheat, and then you can see in the distance we're coming up to, you can see it lighter in colour, and this is the spring barley where it was drilled into a failed oilseed rape crop. You can visibly see the row still. It's half the height, it's patchy. Yeah, it hasn't come all well. You can see now where Dave's been spraying the outside foot of the field off. It's all yellowing up now, so that'll be the sterile strip. So as you can see, when that's dead, there is a really good place to put your combine divider then, without it blocking up on the weeds. Yeah, and it's stopping all the weeds ingressing into the field, especially those blackgrass weeds and other grass weeds. Yeah, such a sterile brome, because that's a big thing what spreads from the outside of the field inwards. So yeah, it's a good thing we do it. This is one of the last fields of the spring barleys, what was receiving its last dose of liquid nitrogen on. This is just showing the boom, just going up at the end. It's a particularly bad field this, and as you can see, it's got a fairish slope up to that side of the grass bank. Yet even more fly tipping the entrances to one of our fields. I mean, I'm just squeezed past the tractor, but I mean, just look at it. It's terrible, isn't it? Disgusting. The household rubbish, no fridge freezer. Some people, they just have no conscience. Well, we've got the combi drill on again. We're just going to nip and do a little bit for one of our neighbours who's had some failed rape, and he's got it ploughed, and now we're just going to go put it in with the combi drill, so we'll go get it sorted. I didn't say, but we are drilling spring barley where the rape's going, which might be pretty obvious, but yeah, first job is mapping the field boundary, because I have no markers on the machine, so I need to know where my boundary is for drilling the headlands and that with GPS. So as you can see, what I'm doing is just driving around the field, putting a red boundary mark in, and you'll see when I get done it'll all join up and tell me the area, and then I can work all my guidance lines off that boundary. There we go, that's the boundary all done. So that's what it is. I know the size of it, it's just over 10 acres. And that, drill's all calibrated, we're ready to rock and roll. Well, we've got going nicely now. Very dry conditions, as you can probably see from the dust. Anyway, a little bit of moisture underneath, so it's going into, but it definitely needs a drink. 225 kilograms per hectare, saved off the pile of seed, not dressed. Yeah. Apart from that, it's going well really when you look at conditions. So we're ready to join onto that rape over there. Yeah, it's desperately dry. We need a drink. I mean, I'll turn the camera around and you just see the dust stuck to the bonnet. Yeah, you'll see when I turn around. It's all swirling about around the drill. The dust bowl. and dust going down the window. It's just a dust bowl out there. Yeah, I'm putting the seed in a bit deeper than it would normally, trying to push it into a bit of moisture to get it to grow. So it's a good maybe 40 millimetres deep, so it'll take a little bit before it comes through, or at least it's finding some moisture, I hope. Down, well, it's finding some down there. Well, we're nearly done now, just on to the headlands. So, having done the boundary, I've generated a line, a track around it, because I don't run markers, so I've got to use GPS on the what do you call it, on the drill. So but that's not a problem, because when you've been around it's fairly accurate. Well, it is accurate, not fairly, although I said that. It's accurate to what you drive to around the boundary. So yeah, we'll get in there. Another less than a hectare to go now. 5 hectares this field. You can see here this blue line there, that's my virtual boundary for what I created for jacking in and out. I have to lift them down automatically, but it's set for 2 metres overlap with the drill, so that seed will get fed through it and started, so there's no misses. That's the idea. Yeah, because depending on what drill you run, there are a lot of feed pipes to get the seed from the metering unit down into the ground, so sometimes you want at least 2 metres overlap, maybe 3 on some of the big trail drills where there's a lot more pipes for it to go down. But you're always better double drilling a bit and a bit missing, because that shows up, and that's not good if it's next to a main road, which this is. That's it, all drilled up, job finished. Going to go back to the yard now and empty the drill. Luckily, emptying the drill is fairly straightforward. We have one of our Harrison's seed socks, which are brilliant, to be honest with you. And we just let it go over it and then pick this up with a forklift. And then this is undressed, so this will just go back on the customer's heap of barley, obviously. So yeah, the worst job is blowing it down inside, getting it all cleaned out. To make the job easier, I have an air line connected into the back end of the tractor. It blows all the seed off the carousels and out the hopper and in any nooks and crannies. It all gets trapped around there, but it's not a long job cleaning it out with an air line. It makes it simple. We've just started spraying the wheats with T1s today, the most forward one. Some are only just coming ready, but yeah, with the forecast being as though it's going to really warm up, they'll soon romp on through the growth stages. So yeah, looking well this field. This one's after the sewerage sludge was applied, so yeah, it does look nice. It's Bamford, the variety, first wheat. So yeah, everything at the minute is showing fairly promising. We just need a bit more rain now, to be honest with you, and then it'll keep going. But as far as disease goes, they're clean at the minute, so we're trying to keep them that way, which is always difficult, but at least we've got a clean sheet of paper at the minute with them being clean, so yeah, hopefully we can keep on top of it. Yeah, we're just setting gas guns up on the pigeons, forget the pigeons rather, on the peas. We're just starting to nail a little bit here, pecking away, but it's like everything to do with some rain. This was the first field drill, this. They're coming. Good half inch of rain would do a world of good. We're just giving it a test fire, make sure it works. It did the back of the workshop. That should do the trick. Yeah, you can tell it's dry. This one's still just chitting on the heavier land here. Yeah, just opening. And there's one there. It's just coming, poking through. Inch of rain. That's what we want. This is the lighter end of the field, not a lot of stone here. Well, that's it for this week's edition of Video Diary on the Farm. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you did make it through to the end. But yeah, that's brilliant. And if you have enjoyed it, please hit that like, share and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you back again next week.